Pompeii's last day. Everyday life frozen in ash and time. Part 2. The eruption begins. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, and today we're stepping into one of history's most perfectly preserved moments in time. Mount Vesuvius awakens. At approximately 1 p.m., something shifted. We know this because of a detailed account by Pliny the Younger, a Roman writer who witnessed the eruption from across the bay. His letters are the only first-hand accounts we have. At around 1 p.m. on August 24, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted, but not gradually, not with warning. It erupted with catastrophic force. Imagine you're in Pompeii. You're going about your day. Maybe you're eating lunch. Maybe you're at the baths. Maybe you're in a shop buying something. Suddenly, people start noticing something strange in the sky. Looking north toward Mount Vesuvius, the sky is changing. A massive cloud is forming. Not a rain cloud, something else. Something dark and ominous and wrong. Vesuvius shot an eruption column about 80,000 feet, nearly 5 miles into the sky. In minutes, it was like a nuclear explosion. The energy released was estimated at 100,000 times more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped on Japan in World War II. People would have felt the ground shaking, felt the pressure change, felt the air becoming strange. The eruption column had 2 parts, a hot core and a lighter, cooler outer section. As it rose higher into the atmosphere, it expanded like a mushroom. It rose for hours. The lighter material eventually lost buoyancy and started falling. Pumice stones started raining down on Pompeii. At first, the pumice was relatively light and cool. People probably still thought they could survive this. Maybe they sheltered in their homes. Maybe they tried to leave the city. But the pumice kept coming, harder, faster, more voluminous. By late afternoon, visibility was nearly zero. The sky was dark, not like nighttime, but dark like a total eclipse, an unnatural darkness that would have terrified anyone experiencing it. The pumice kept falling. 6 feet of it would eventually accumulate on the city. We know the eruption column rose higher and higher and eventually collapsed. When it collapsed, it released pyroclastic flows, currents of hot gas and rock traveling at speeds over 100 miles per hour. These flows were probably around 750 degrees Fahrenheit. When those pyroclastic flows hit Pompeii, they didn't just kill people, they killed them instantly. There was no time for thought or reaction or fear, just instant death, instant incineration of organic material, instant casting of their bodies in the positions they were in at the moment of contact. This is crucial to understanding why Pompeii is so valuable to archaeology and to history. The people weren't buried slowly. They weren't dug out and disturbed. They were frozen, immediately and completely in the exact moment of the eruption. The last hours. Let's try to reconstruct what actually happened in those last hours. This is based on archaeological evidence, geological data, and first-hand accounts. Around 1 p.m., the eruption began. The first signs would have been the sky darkening and the ground shaking. The sound would have been deafening, louder than anything anyone had ever heard. The pressure would have been physically disorienting. Some people probably tried to flee immediately. They'd head for the harbor, thinking they could escape by boat, but the harbor became chaos. Boats were being damaged by falling pumice. The water was being churned. People were panicking. Some people did manage to get on boats. Some of those made it away. Others drowned in the chaos. Many people, probably most people, sheltered in their homes. This seems like the logical choice. Your home is solid, the walls are thick, it's where you feel safe. You lock the doors, you bring your family inside, you pray to the gods, you wait it out. But the pumice kept falling. After an hour, the accumulation was significant. After a few hours, it was overwhelming. Roofs collapsed from the weight. Once a roof gave way, pumice poured into the home. If you were inside, you were now breathing pumice dust, choking, panicking. Some people tried to navigate the streets, but visibility was nearly zero. You couldn't see more than a few feet in front of you. The air was thick with ash and pumice. People would have gotten lost, wandered in the wrong direction. Some people fled to public buildings, the amphitheater, the baths, the forum. Public buildings had large open spaces. Maybe people thought they'd be safer there, but they weren't. The pumice fell regardless of where you were. Around 6 p.m., according to Pliny's account, the sky became completely dark. It was darker than any night. People were now in total panic. They lit torches and lamps. Imagine it, people stumbling through your city with torches, unable to see anything, unable to breathe, ash falling everywhere, the world as they knew it disintegrating. And then, around midnight, something catastrophic happened. The pyroclastic flows began. These weren't the trickle of pumice anymore. These were currents of superheated gas and rock. When the first one hit Pompeii around midnight, it came from the north, traveling at probably over 100 miles per hour. The temperature was around 570 degrees Fahrenheit. You can't escape that. You can't survive that. Anyone exposed to the pyroclastic flow died instantly. The heat was so intense that it caused water in people's bodies to boil. It caused muscles to contract, which is why so many of the preserved bodies appear to be running or in contorted positions. It's not that they were running, it's that the heat caused their muscles to spasm. Some people indoors might have survived the first pyroclastic flow, but they wouldn't survive the toxic gases that followed. The air became unbreathable. Carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide poisoned anyone who breathed it. Then came the hot ash, layers and layers of it. This was the material that would eventually bury Pompeii under 20 feet of volcanic debris. Multiple pyroclastic flows hit the city over the next several hours. By dawn on August 25th, Pompeii was essentially buried, sealed under ash and pumice. The city that had existed for 200 years was gone. The eruption lasted about 24 hours. In that 24 hours, a thriving city and 16,000 people were killed. Most died between 9 p.m. and midnight during the pyroclastic flows. Let me paint you a picture of some specific scenarios based on archaeological evidence. A family sheltering in their home, huddled together, perhaps praying. When the pyroclastic flow hit, they died instantly. The ash preserved them perfectly. Archaeologists found them still together in their final positions. When they created the plaster casts, you could see the terror on their faces. You could see a parent holding a child. A baker in his bakery trapped by falling pumice, unable to get out, suffocating in ash. The ovens are still there, perfectly preserved, containing loaves of bread that will never be eaten. A couple, perhaps lovers or married, found in each other's arms. Scientists have suggested they may have been dying and held each other in their final moments, or they died simultaneously and were found exactly as they fell. A servant sleeping in a small room off the main house, found curled up as if sleeping, but dead. The ash had filled his room, surrounding his body. A man sitting at a table, as if eating a meal. The meal is long gone, but his skeleton is in the chair, in the exact position of someone dining. An entire group of people, perhaps a family of traveling merchants, found huddled in a back room of an inn, trapped, unable to escape, dying together. These are the people of Pompeii. These are their final moments, preserved in ash and time. Please subscribe and share this video. Part 3 is coming.